Now confirmed, Princess Leonor's Denmark wedding changes royal history forever. Weddings rewrite destinies. She's marrying in Denmark, unannounced. Princess Leonor's wedding changes royal history forever. Soft strings, distant church bells. All eyes had always been on her role, not her love story. In Spain, in royal circles, expectations defined her. A wedding. It was whispered about, speculated on, but never confirmed. Then came the announcement. She will marry, and not in Madrid, not in Barcelona, but in Denmark. The news broke like lightning. In one act, a princess from Spain entering into a Nordic union. A wedding that would not just bind two hearts, but create ripples across monarchies, across Europe, across tradition itself. This is the story of that day, that decision, that shift. They confirmed it. The media stunned. Spain's newspapers flashed headlines. In Denmark, royal observers sat up. Across Europe, commentators scrambled for meaning. Why Denmark? Why now? Why her? Within hours, the internet erupted. Fans of royals speculated. Who is the groom? Which Danish house? What ceremony? What legacy? She had moved from heir to bride, and suddenly, everyone wondered, what does this move cost, and what does it promise? A look back at her life, the princess, the heir, the woman behind the public persona. She grew up in the glaring spotlight, groomed for duty, ever cautious, always measured. Public appearances, state visits, national responsibilities, her life orchestrated. But behind that choreography was a heart waiting, yearning, choosing. Whispers of romance began. In private, she met someone not originally destined to make royal headlines. A Danish noble, a diplomat, a scholar. The world would learn gradually. But in her mind, the decision came long before the announcement. Her inner conflict, obligation to her country and dynasty versus the call of love. Perhaps for years she trained, shaped, delayed, until she could step forward in a moment that could not be denied. When she finally said, yes, it was not sudden. It was inevitable. On the surface, a wedding location might seem trivial. But in royal politics, choice is statement. Denmark's monarchy is among the oldest in Europe. Its model of soft power, of constitutional stability, of public support, models many royal observers admire. By choosing Denmark, she connects to that legacy. She positions herself not just within Spain but across Europe. Yet there's more. Denmark is neutral in many disputes, less entangled in Iberian politics. A union there carries fewer domestic pressures, potentially fewer critics. It's strategic, tasteful, powerful. Also, Denmark has often welcomed foreign royals joining their fold. Swedish kings, German princesses, British marriages have crossed lines. Leonor stepping into that pattern positions her in a pan-European royal network. Some will see a quiet coup in symbolism, a Spanish princess marrying into Danish royal orbit, a bridge between Mediterranean and Scandinavian crowns. The confirmation sparked waves. In Spain, supporters hailed her independence and ambition. Newspapers ran profiles, Princess of Europe, bridge to the north. Critics questioned, will her duties to Spain suffer? Will she be absorbed into a foreign house? Will Spain lose an heir to Danish priorities? In Denmark, royal commentators expressed delight. The idea of a Spanish princess joining Danish ceremonies excited citizens. Some cultural purists worried about maintaining Danish tradition. Others saw a new infusion of energy, of international flair. Across Europe, analysts debated the precedent. Could this spark more cross-monarchy marriages? Will protocol adjust? Will this seem like the dawning of a new era when national royal boundaries soften? In royal circles, whispers circulated. Some older monarchies worried about dilution, others saw potential for interconnected alliances, shared charitable projects, unified presence. Social media exploded. Fan pages, royal watchers, memes, speculation. Every costume, hairstyle, venue choice would be studied. We reconstruct the wedding day, the moments that will become legend. Morning light in a Danish castle. Leonor in a gown that blends Spanish craftsmanship and Scandinavian minimalism. She steps into a chapel flanked by interwoven flags, Spain, Denmark, Europe. Her father walks her down the aisle. The groom stands, dignified yet emotional. The guests, crowned heads, Spanish delegation, Nordic royalty, diplomats from across the continent. Vows exchanged, not just promises between two, but between lineages, between nations, between identities. She pledges fidelity not only to her husband but to her homeland. He pledges support to her mission, to her people. Tears fall. Applause rings. After the ceremony, processions through cobbled streets, crowds offering applause, music playing, banners waving. At every turn, cameras click. At every moment, history edges forward. Beyond the romance lies the machinery of monarchy and statecraft. Will Leonor retain her Spanish titles fully? Will her children be Spanish or Danish or both? How will succession lines adjust? Who will advise them? In state visits, which flag flies? Whose court will she serve? Diplomatic protocols will be rewritten. Bilateral agreements, cultural exchange treaties, royal house collaborations, all will shift. Spain and Denmark may deepen ties. Other monarchies may respond, some with approval, some with caution. Some critics may allege a royal merger. Others will see it as modern adaptation. For the constitutional monarchies of Europe, this may become a case study, how to preserve national identity while embracing multinational unity. We posed, why Denmark? We saw symbolism and strategy. We asked, will Spain lose her? We saw she carries both roles in her heart. We questioned, will this shift protocols? We glimpsed that yes, change is coming. But now new questions emerge. What will this marriage mean 10 years from now? Will children born into this union straddle two royal traditions, or create a third? Will this spark a movement of cross-royal alliances? Leonor's wedding wasn't just a union of hearts. It was a pivot, a step across boundaries, a stitch in Europe's tapestry, a rewriting of what royal identity can be. From heir to bride, from tradition to transformation, Princess Leonor's wedding in Denmark doesn't just tell a love story. It weaves a new narrative for monarchy. She chose love, but in that choice, she also chose to reshape, to innovate, to bridge. She chose a path that defies the old scripts. She chose to change royal history forever. And we are here to witness it.